So instead, how would your business be different if you said, you know what, for every blank day on the calendar, I'm going to, at minimum, engage in 10 conversations. We know that with ebb and flow in client leads, that is mostly from inactivity. What we need to do is release from expectation of result and attach to expectation of activity. And if you didn't see the result you were hoping for in that day, then just like Dorian said in his interview last week, you go to bed, man. And remember to tie this all in from my post on today's to earn more, we have to learn more. That's a result. A revenue goal is not an activity. Hello, 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 and welcome back to yet another episode of Electricpreneur Secrets. I am your host, Clay Newmeyer. I am without Joseph today. He's a little bit busy, a little preoccupied, but I've got a great episode for you either way, because it's Friday, it's my day, it's your day. And today I'm giving you permission. I'm actually telling you why you need permission to fail. How important is that? I'm just one of the two master electricians with business addictions, and I'm welcoming you to our free daily coach call to help you master your sales, simplify your pricing, and deliver premium level electrical service. I thank you guys for joining me again on this fantastic Friday. And I just want to remind you that the investment for these free coaching calls is quite simple. Just your attention. Take everything we give. Just promise to take action. It's totally fair to use it all. Just come back and let us know how it's changed the game for you, how it's supporting you in your greater business, your greater future. Man, this stuff is so important. I want to talk about this for a while. And I don't know if we talk about it enough. A little bit mindset, a little bit more than that, a little bit society, why you need permission to fail. Let's start with this. The quickest path to success, is action, is results. And the results that we're addicted to, and we are addicted to results, right? Like when we talk about your vision, when we talk about your past, when we talk about your future, or your identity, or what's happening today, we're all hyper-focused on the result, and it's killing us. And here's why. Here's what I mean. Don't think I'm crazy. Don't dismiss me yet. This is huge. The result is the binary thinking problem. Pie in the sky, maybe a little bit, but bear with me. The result is the binary thinking problem. See, if you don't get the result you want, then how do you feel after? If you don't get the result that you want, we tend to feel like what? A sack of shit. We tend to feel kind of down on ourselves. We tend to feel like we didn't live up to our own expectations and everyone else's. We tend to feel shame then, right? We tend to feel shame around a result that ultimately, what controls the result is quite often the activity. And this is the mind shift I want to encourage for you guys today. Instead of focusing on the result, let's talk about focusing on the activity. See, the result doesn't have permission to fail because the result we're expecting is always a positive outcome. The activity has permission to fail, and that's why you need this permission, so you can focus on the activity instead of the result. Let me pitch to you for a moment the ultimate evil in life. The ultimate evil in your growth, in your life, in your expectancy of everything that is to come for you yet. That ultimate evil is to see results without activity. Think about that for a second. Getting a positive result without an activity, that's the equivalent of maybe a staff member or even yourself if you're still working for the hour instead of working for the value you put in the hour. If you're still working by the hour and someone only works 4 hours but they want 8 hours pay, that's prioritizing the result over the activity. And I'm telling you, that's a very dangerous, dangerous place to live. You can't put the result up without the activity. If you continue to gain that result without taking those actions, without focus on the activity, then what we become is complacent. What we become is the type of person who can be maybe considered as lazy, but high expectations from even a place of laziness. And I beg you to reconsider this. If this is a place that you feel you're in, I beg you to reconsider. If you know someone that's in this place, I ask you to share this with them and this message. That's a dangerous place, a slippery slope that leads to complacency at another level. Very dangerous, right? Getting a few results without the action, next thing you know, we're no longer action focused. And that's kind of the root problem that we're dealing with here today, anyways. Example: activities that I'm going to take today in my work life. This week, we gave away what we call our Service Leads Now action list. If you haven't got that yet, you can comment on this, engage on this live video that you're watching now, engage with us, or reach out to us on serviceloopelectrical.com. Of course, where you're engaging is on our Facebook group, Electricpreneur Secrets there, or the Electricians podcast, easy to find that way. By engaging with us and saying Service Leads Now or more leads, we can send that to you. But this sheet is actually a superpower, and it's a couple and a half pages long. And what it's really a response to is reliance on Google to create all of our incoming leads, all of our inbound traffic. It's a response to when the inbound traffic slows down. But it's also a proactive approach based on activity, and that's what we're talking about today, so it fits perfectly. For instance, if I have nothing on the calendar today, if I don't take lead activity action from something like our Service Leads Now pipeline filler, if I don't take those activities and I see a result, is that making me a better electrician today? That's the question we got to ask. Is that making us a better business owner today? Is that improving our future? To have calls just come in on autopilot? Or to wait, if I have nothing on the calendar, to wait for calls to come in on autopilot. Why? Because, they always come. So what I'm going to do is just piss around, do nothing, and wait for those calls to come. I beg you again to reconsider this. And the reason we wouldn't is not actually out of laziness. Most times it's actually out of fear. And the fear is irrational. And that fear could be like, well, I would take these actions, but I don't want to waste my time. I would take these actions, but I don't want to put myself out there in fear that someone rejects it. I would take these actions, but I don't know what result I will get. Hey, result focused, remember that? I don't know what result I will get, so I don't want to take the activity because there's too much unknown there. Whereas what we can promise you is if you take action, if you create conversations, you will also create new clients. So long as you know why you're doing what you're doing and what you do, you will create new clients out of conversations. And that's an activity, that's an action, not a result that we're chasing. So instead, how would your business be different if you said, you know what, for every blank day on the calendar, I'm going to, at minimum, engage in 10 conversations. Now let's zoom out a little bit further. We know that with ebb and flow in client leads, that is mostly from inactivity. So again, we get complacent with a result that we're expecting to just income on passive lead generation mode. So we don't take the outbound actions. And so when those empty days come, there's nothing to fill them with. So we have to take activity again until this whole thing goes crazy. It's a cycle that we get stuck in. What if every day it was an activity to have 10 new conversations? And that doesn't all have to be in the same way. What if that's across your Facebook account? What if that's with clients served in the last 7 days? What if that's with clients unsold in the last 7 days? Hey, every day we take 10 outbound actions to put qualified people on our calendar. How big would your business be then? I ask you that. Really consider this. How much bigger could my business be if I took 10 outbound actions every day? And here's a big mindset switch. What happens if I became addicted to activity instead of results? How would my result be different if I was instead addicted to the activity? So again, guys, I'm giving you permission to fail right here because actions lead to results. And the results that we're expecting is pass or fail. So you see the unwritten message here, the writing on the wall actually is really that it's okay. It's okay to fall short of the result that we're expecting. What we need to do is release from expectation of result and attach to expectation of activity. And the results that will come will be worth celebrating all the while. But what you can also do is celebrate the activity, and thus will be less anxious, less depressed when things don't go our way, more able to flick the switch when we get home from work, more able to, at the end of the day, sit in the van for a second, let go of that clench on the steering wheel when you're in your own driveway. Thank God for a great day, for the ability to serve everyone you could, for the ability to have all those outbound interactions with every person you were able to converse with today. Show that grace and be done with it. Flick your switch that way because you did the activity. And if you didn't see the result you were hoping for in that day, then just like Dorian said in his interview last week, you go to bed, man. You finish your day with your family, with yourself. You hit the rest of your check boxes that you got to hit for your health and family, and you go to bed. And you get up again tomorrow, and you do it again. That is so, so powerful. And that's why you need permission to fail. And that's why it's so, so important for us to focus on the activity, not the result. And remember to tie this all in from my post on today's Facebook. To earn more, we have to learn more. That's something the late great mentor Jim Rohn said, and it is powerful stuff. Really think about that for a moment. What does that mean for you? To earn more, we have to learn more. Well, the earning is that result we're hoping for, isn't it? How many of you listening right now have a revenue goal for today? How many of you right now have a revenue goal for this week? Did you hit it? That's a result. A revenue goal is not an activity. That's a goal. That's a result. How many of you have a revenue goal for the month? It's December 1st. Did you hit your revenue goal for November? Did you hit it? Because what happens in this line of thinking is, oh, we didn't get the result we want. So we go back to the KPI. What are KPI? Key performance indicators. Indicators of what? The activities we took. So why don't we just separate from the result? Why don't we just separate from expectation and focus on hitting the KPI in the first place? Doing the activities that we already hypothesized to set us free. Why don't we separate from the earning for a moment, that earning result, and attach to the activities that cause that result? And what you'll find is your entire life will change. Your entire business will change. With this mindset change, you'll actually increase and overcome and break through all of your prior earning goals. All of those results you were chasing will just become you. They'll become the kind of results that a person focused on activity will achieve over and over again and continue pushing through. Guys, this has been a short but punchy one. I hope that you'll save this episode. I hope that you'll leave us a review where you heard it first. And I hope that you'll share this message with someone else who's a little too attached to the result, who might need their permission to fail, who might need their permission to focus on the activities to become everything and surpass anything they ever dreamed of. This has been another episode of Electricpreneur Secrets. If you can take any action today, it is this: switch your mindset, look at the activities, shut down the result for a minute and say, what do I need to do every day to reach the result I'm looking for? And attach to that activity list and celebrate every day that you hit those activities, regardless of the result that they produce, and your whole life will change. Guys, we've been here again. I'm here with you to help you master your sales, simplify pricing, and deliver premium level electrical service. And I cannot wait for Joe and I to jump back in with you next week for even more. Cheers to your success.